And please welcome to the stage your next comedian, Mariah Woods.
How y'all doing tonight? Y'all good? Y'all, I was watching the news the other day, and I saw that Trump said he is seriously considering running for a third term. I know, right? I was like, well, that's illegal. And then but you know, people are shocked that Republicans are like doing backflips trying to justify his crimes. But I wasn't, because black people do that same shit every day, y'all. Black people love to soften all the negative shit about our family members. See, we'll be like, oh yeah, you know my brother? Yeah, he just snuck in my house last night and ate all my kids' after school snacks, but you know, that's just how he is. Well, no. That's breaking and entering. And theft. Those are felonies. He committed felonies while you and your children were sleeping. See, we love to gossip about our cousin that everybody got to watch out for. We'd be like, oh, you know him, he just a little bit touched. No, he might be schizophrenic. He should talk to somebody about that. And I used to get so upset by this because when I was a kid, my whole family used to say to me, you know, one day you're going to get taller and you're going to lose all that baby weight. Well, I never got any fucking taller. And it wasn't baby weight. You know, it's actually crazy how long it takes us to just unravel all of the lies that our families tell us as kids. When I was growing up, I thought everybody had an uncle who climbed power lines barefoot to reconnect their electricity. I thought everybody knew a guy who knew how to take boots off of cars after the city put them on there. Those are both my uncle, by the way. You know, I'm starting to think crime might just run in my family. Because look, my mama, God bless her, she never outright committed any crimes in front of me as a kid, but she certainly knew how to make the law bend to her will. If cable companies had a hall of fame of unpaid bills, my mama would be the Michael Jordan of that shit. Okay? My mama has unpaid cable bills under so many different aliases, they wouldn't even know what name to put on the fucking warrant, including my name. I went over my credit report from a couple years ago and saw that I had an unpaid cable bill from 2008. I was 11 in 2008. How the fuck does that happen? My mama, that's how. You know, and when I was a kid, I didn't understand why cable companies just didn't give a fuck about anything. But then I grew up, and I got a job at a DirecTV call center during the pandemic. Now listen, I would never admit to scamming old people, because that's illegal. I wouldn't do that. But I will say that more people paid for Showtime against their will during my tenure at that company than ever in the history of that network. It was like when Apple put that U2 album on everybody's iPhones, except this time geriatric. And you know, I only did that shit for the commission, because really that's my style. I don't think before I buy. I prefer instant gratification and immediate regret. That's also my main dating method. I'm like a huge draw for broke-ass bald men. Listen, I'm like catnip to elderly Hispanic men who have a wife and kids at home, y'all. And so you're probably wondering, well, what's her relationship like with her father? Well, thank you for asking. He's dead. Dead as hell. But you see, that's never been my issue. See, I'm not a person with abandonment issues, like a fear of being left. No! I have abandonment issues like, you know, I think I sort of get why men go out to buy milk and just never return. I think I'd like to try that one day. You know, I'm actually making history as the first woman to side with her father for abandoning the family. And listen, after spending 18 years living with my mama, I'm like, you know, I think maybe he had his reasons. I could see why somebody would want to leave her in the lurch. Okay? But can we talk for a second, though, about just the stark difference between single moms and single dads? Because truly, it's the epitome of gender inequality. See, my mama, she had a minimum wage job and a fucking GED and supported 4 kids during peak recession time, y'all. When she got pissed at us, she used to threaten to send us to my daddy's house. And I say threaten because his house was the fucking slums, okay? This man had every DVD known to man and no bed frame. He had 3 kids and 1 bowl and 1 spoon. We had to take turns eating cereal. And you wanna know what the worst part was? Unlike my mama, he didn't even have fucking cable under any of my siblings' names. Instead of fucking cartoons, we was watching public access hearings on Saturday mornings, y'all. Just to feel some fucking incitement. You know, I really think men just need to step it up, okay? Or you guys can all just take the route that my dad did and just die. Thank you guys so much. I'm Mariah Woods. You guys have been great.